Listen up, Chico, Chica. Down here in South America, man, we catch piranha, man. Man, piranha sandwiches, fried piranha, steamed piranha. We boil piranha, we bake piranha, man. We pull the teeth out the piranha, man. We go, hey, bitches. We the master here, man. Like, we just kick your little piranha ass, man, and then we eat you. Yeah. Take a look, man. This is down in South America, man. Man, what you be slanging, Holmes? Holmes, you don't know nothing about no piranha. This is delicioso, the chef's kiss, man. Piranha. Let's take a look, man.
Venga, muchachos, que tenemos
Hey,
la
muchacho,
edición.
got
Ajá.
the meat in the Oceana, man. Get them piranha, man. The piranha act like they been on cocaine, man. The piranha act like they on meth, man. You need to stomp a mud hole in these bitches, man. Who the fuck do these piranha think they be? We the master. We subdue you, piranha, man. We're about to fry you asses. About to eat you, piranha. I don't know. Is that?
Ay, Dios mío, era... Papá, ¿y no era que ese es muy poquito?
Ajá, ahora venga acá para decirlo.
Kicking some piranha ass down here in South America. I don't know. Can you eat that shit?
Ajá, prepárese.
All right. I don't know what piranhas have to do with
What does
this
God
video.
say about it? Does God say?
All right, this is from a Father Ripperger. He's an exorcist priest. He specializes in exorcism. Exorcist Father Ripperger. Ripperger? I don't know, it's weird. From LifeSite News. The situation for the Antichrist is just about present. All this stuff. Didn't they say, aren't they saying that the military is like telling all the personnel that attacking Iran is God endorsed, and this is going to usher in Armageddon and the return of Jesus? I don't know about all that, because mankind cannot dictate when God wants to just have his prophecy be fulfilled. God allows things. So I don't know. But the thing is, the Antichrist is about to appear. And you know what's weird? I saw in 2030 a video saying that by 2030 that they'll have technology like AI technology that'll make mankind immortal. In other words, if you choose to opt in, you could become immortal. And this thought came to me. If these dumb sons of bitches try to become immortal, this is what I think, because everyone has to die, right? This body is it's carnal, it's finite. Our flesh is finite. We're gonna die, right? Like my dad used to say, we're born to die. I start thinking, oh wow, what if they do have AI meshed in people's bodies, the people that opt in and they don't die, but they beg to die, just like in the Bible. And I equate it to, like, you know what they say, rest in peace, because you lived an active life in this meat suit, and you're resting in peace, so to speak, in the spiritual realm. But they'll be like zombies, where I think it'll be like they're tired, their spirit is tired, or something about their conscience or something is tired, but the AI makes them keep living. And so it becomes like their own hell on earth. They wanted to be immortal on earth, and they meshed themselves with AI, the technology, to make them. It's weird, and it's like they walk around like just perpetually tired or exhausted or tortured to an extent. I don't know. It can't be good. I would not. I don't care if AI or if there's technology for me to live forever, like those cryogenic idiots that want to cryogenic their body only to be defrosted like hundreds of years later and think that they're going to be alive. No. And live forever. No. Or live in a different time. No. The Bible says we are appointed once to, man is appointed once to die. Meaning our time is already set when we're going to pass away. You can't change that. And if you try to change that, well, sucks for you, because you're gonna fack around and you're gonna find out. You're gonna find out big time. So let's take a look at this. Exorcist father Chad Ripperger warned in an interview published on Thursday that the stage is almost completely set for the arrival of the Antichrist. So let's just listen to this interview real quick because it's here. Take a look.
What does God say about it? Does God say that we...
By the way, Franny, Tony Todd, I saw you in the comment section, and I'm glad to see you back. And Franny, thanks for your kind words. Seriously, it goes a long way, man. I'm glad to have you in my corner. Let's take a look at this.
we are the only beings in the universe?
They're real, but I haven't seen them, and they're not being kept in what is it?
Area 51?
Area 51. There's no underground facility, unless there's this enormous conspiracy, and they hid it from the President of the United States.
Don't try to distract me with this bullshit.
The idea that there's life elsewhere is heavily rooted in the evolutionary hypothesis, because there's evolution here, there must be everywhere. Their theories of evolution, not only just scientifically problematic, but just even theologically and philosophically problematic.
It sounded like you were saying the stage is kind of set.
Yeah.
Almost everything that's happened needs to happen.
Yeah.
What has happened that needed to happen, and what still needs to happen?
Well, before the Antichrist comes, one of the things that we know from the fathers of the church is that there will be a worldwide implosion of people's morality.
I mean, I'm sure you've seen some of the Epstein stuff. Have you been following that at all?
A bit, from a distance, yeah.
That seems like some type of satanic ritualistic type stuff that was
Yeah.
going on there.
Yes, actually, to the degree that I can have certitude about what you can find on the internet, that stuff that was going on there and just the layout of the island gives an indication that it was heavily involved in the occult.
What about the temple?
According to the fathers of the church, at least the ones that I've read, they said the temple will never be rebuilt. The difficulty is people tend to misinterpret the book of Daniel, which says when the abomination of desolation takes its seat in the temple. First of all, Julian the Apostate tried to rebuild it, and it was destroyed.
You know, you had mentioned the mark of the beast. It's just in the past, 6 years, I've heard lots of different things that could be the mark of the beast. The first one being the COVID shot.
Yeah.
What are people supposed to do? Let's say that they do usher in the new digital currency. What are we supposed to do if we can't eat, take care of ourselves, provide for our families?
First of all, the mark of the beast is the inversion of what they call the mark of baptism. So when a person's baptized, God infuses a quality in the person's soul, which is a mark. The mark of the beast is going to be the inversion of that. So it's going to be something in our bodies that is going to be that will give us access to these particular things.
Neuralink.
You're not going to be able to get that chip without some type of renunciation of Christ. There's going to have to be some religious thing you're going to have to accept that is contrary to the will of God and contrary to Christ. And so the moral of the story is that you have to be willing to sacrifice the lesser good in order to achieve the greater good. You have to be willing to, I have to follow Christ regardless of the personal cost.
What are some of the things you've seen during an exorcism? Levitation, you mentioned shape-shifting.
For example, the women will change, all of a sudden their facial structure changes and it looks like a man.
I've
Like a
seen
skinwalker.
their faces change.
Yeah, there's also certain kind of complexion changes.
Just about every kid in the country watches Disney.
The thing about Satanists, there's a side to diabolic psychology that even when they remain hidden, they still want to show themselves in some way. They can't help it.
How much of the country or the world is this affecting?
What percentage of the adult population is diabolically obsessed? So it's having a huge impact.
The demons are calling out sins of people very high up in the Catholic Church.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't want those sins to get out.
Yeah.
Oh, I can see BitChute now. Catholics this, Catholics that. Bite your typing fingers. Be careful. Be careful. There's the sins. Every facet of society has been infiltrated by demons, and they pose just like these libtards. They pose as Americans, and they're not. They're commies, right? In universities or universidades, in the public indoctrination institutions you call schools, universities, colleges, infiltrated by New World Order POS demons. Churches, not just the Catholic Church, infiltrated. This society has been infiltrated by these New World Order piece of crap demons, these Luciferians. So they're not a true representation. These bad apples that are in America that pose as Americans but are against America, they're not truly American. They're not true representation of what America is. They're actually enemies, just like you see in other institutions, including the church, not just Catholic. Okay, so get the plank out of your eye before you start commenting. This world's been infiltrated heavily by demons, and I've been saying this for years on end. We need an exorcism of all these demons, not just in the Catholic Church, not just in the Baptist Church. Church, every sector of society has its problems, big time, big time. It's not just one thing. It's not one size fits all. It's different areas, in other words. One size fits all. I don't know what the hell that shines in. Just cool your jets, all right? Cool your jets on being judgmental, because I'm Catholic, and not every person in the Catholic Church is like that. Just like not every person in America is like that. Not every person in the Baptist Church is like that. But you're going to get your bad apples everywhere. Heavily. I don't even know if that makes sense to you. Want to type. Just calm down, all right? Calm down. We know where corruption is. Calm down.
And it sounds like they want you gone.
When they get into positions of power, which you've seen this, such as in the civil authorities, you can talk about anything but God in civil context. If you're on the floor of the Congress, they're not going to be talking about God. At least maybe they have started very more recently, but historically you just couldn't do it. So that when they gain access, you're not going to be able to talk about God. So anything but God.
When we're talking about the elites, when we're talking about the people that are getting us to focus on the distraction,
Right.
the people that are in on this, do they know what aliens are, or are their minds being
No such
controlled
thing as
by a
aliens.
demonic force?
The situation for the Antichrist is just about present. The Antichrist has to be able to rule the world. He's not going to rule through governance. He's going to rule it through economies. When he appears, there has to be a unification of the worldwide economy. There's been an implosion where people just aren't following the laws of God or the natural law in any sense of the term. The people that are alive, that in order to survive, you have to be able to plug into that economy in some fashion. That's why they talk about the mark of the beast. Well, we're almost there, where they can literally just decide, look, unless you're going to sign off on certain things, you're not going to have access to the digital currency that we're going to enact worldwide, and therefore, because that's how we can rule it.
Yeah, we're talking like social credit score.
Yeah, that's right.